Hello friends, welcome to iExamB. This is Vidhika and continuing with our important MCQ series. Today we are going to discuss some important questions from Hindu laws which is important for law officer exams, especially banking, IBPS SO and RRB exam. So beginning with our first question, which of the following statements are true with respect to Hindu Minority and Guardianship Act? Option A, a minor can act as guardian of property of minor. Option B, de facto guardian cannot dispose of minor's property. Option C, guardian shall not be appointed for minor in respect of undivided interest in joint family property. Both B and C or all of the above. The correct answer is D, both B and C, and you can see it from section 10, which talks about incapacity of minor to act as guardian of the property. That means a minor shall be incompetent to act as guardian of the property of minor. So here option A becomes wrong. Option B is from section 11, that is de facto guardian not to deal with minor's property, and section 12 is option C, that is guardian not to be appointed for minor's undivided interest in joint family property. Question 2 is a Hindu man wants to adopt a girl child. The difference in age between the two should be. The correct answer is at least 21 years. Section 11(3) of Hindus Adoption and Maintenance Act 1956 says if the adoption is by a male and the person to be adopted is a female, the adoptive father is at least 21 years older than the person to be adopted. And similarly, another section talks about when the adoption is by a female and the person to be adopted is a male, then the difference in age should be 21 years. Question number 3 is the property of a Hindu woman dying intestate shall devolve firstly upon. So on whom the property of a Hindu woman dying intestate falls upon? The correct answer is sons, daughters and husband. Section 15 of the Hindu Succession Act gives the order of devolution in case of a Hindu woman dying, and it says that the general rules of succession in case of Hindu females is the property of a female Hindu dying intestate shall devolve according to the rules set out in section 16. And section 16 talks about firstly the property shall go to sons and daughters, including the children of any predeceased son or daughter, and the husband. Secondly, it will fall upon the heirs of the husband. Thirdly, upon the mother and father. Fourthly, upon the heirs of father, and lastly upon the heirs of the mother. Question number 4 is under the Hindu Succession Act 1956, who amongst the following is not a class 1 heir? The correct answer is A, father, and this is mentioned in the schedule that father is class 2 heir. Moving on to next question. When a Hindu inherits the property from his father under section 8 of Hindu Succession Act 1956, he takes it as. So he takes it as his separate property. The correct answer is C. This was mentioned in a case law, very important, in Lal Chand through LRS versus State of Haryana 2018. The court mentioned that if the property devolved upon the heirs in accordance with section 8 of the Hindu Succession Act, the property in the hands of recipients is not an ancestral property, rather it is his individual property. Similarly, in a judgment of Yudhishthir versus Ashok Kumar 1987, it was held that the property devolved on Hindu under section 8 would not be HUF in his hands with his own sons. That means it will be his separate property. Question number 6 is who is the natural guardian of minor married girl? The correct answer is husband. Here we have a minor married girl. This is mentioned in section 6 of Hindu Minority and Guardianship Act. Natural guardian of a Hindu minor in case of married girl is her husband. Question number 7. As per the Hindu Succession Act 1956, two persons are said to be related to each other by uterine blood when they are descended from. Option A, common ancestress but by same husbands. Common ancestress but by different husbands. Different ancestress but by different husbands. Different ancestress but by same husbands. The correct answer is B, common ancestress but by different husbands. That is why they are said to be connected. That is why they are said to be related by uterine blood. This is mentioned in section 2E. Two persons are said to be related to each other by uterine blood when they are descended from a common ancestress but by different husbands. Question 8 is which of the following is correct under section 10 of the Hindu Succession Act 1956 for the surviving sons, surviving daughters and mother of the male intestate? So any male person dying intestate, how much share will come to surviving sons, daughters and mother? The correct answer here is option A, each shall take one share. If you go by the rules that are mentioned in Act, distribution of property among the heirs in class 1 of the schedule, The property of an intestate shall be divided among the heirs in class 1 of the schedule in accordance with the following rules. The intestate's widow, or if there are more than one widow, all the widows together shall take one share. Rule 2. The question was from Rule 2. The surviving sons and daughters and the mother of intestate shall take one share each, and hence each of them will get one share. Rule 3 says the heirs in the branch of each predeceased son or each predeceased daughter of the intestate shall take between them one share. Moving on to question number 9. Presumption in case of simultaneous deaths under section 21 of Hindu Succession Act is. The correct answer is A. The younger survived the elder. Presumption in case of simultaneous death, when two persons have died in circumstances rendering it uncertain whether either of them, or if so which, survived the other. So there is a confusion out of the two persons who is surviving the other. Then for all the purposes affecting succession to property, it shall be presumed until the contrary is proved that the younger survived the elder. Our last question is, A is a male Hindu. He dies intestate leaving a son, B, two grandsons P and Q of the deceased son C, and three great grandsons R, S, T of grandson X of the deceased son D. What shall be the share of P and R? So here if you draw the family tree, you will be able to understand this question a little bit better. So let's draw the family tree once. We have A, who is a male Hindu who is dying. Under A he has a son B, then he has another son C, and then he has another son D. So we have three sons, and it is mentioned that C has died and C has two sons. That means there are two grandsons of A from the son C, that are P and Q, and at the end from D there is one son who is X, and he has three sons that are R, S, and T. And so this is the actual family tree. Now if A is dying intestate, his share will be divided into B, C, and D. 1/3 will be with B, 1/C will be with C, and 1/3 will be with D. Now out of 1/3, C since has died, it will be divided equally between P and Q. So it will be 1/6 for P and 1/6 for Q. And D share will pass as it is to X, and if when divided later between R and T, it will be 1/9 for R, 1/9 for S, and 1/9 for T. So the correct answer here, what will be the share of P and R? For P, it will be 1/6, and for R it will be 1/9. So the correct answer is B over here. So these were some of the important questions from the three Hindu laws: Hindus Adoption and Maintenance Act, Hindus Minority and Guardianship Act, and Hindus Succession Act. iExamB provides you expert legal guidance for all the law officer exams, be it IBPS SO, be it IBPS RRB or RBI Grade B, SEBI Grade A legal office. You can visit the website www.iexamb.com to check out the demo courses. Also, all iExamB mock tests are free. Attempt mock test to check your preparation, and then you can proceed on from there. Subscribe to iExamB channel for all the updated information relating to government exams. Any new notification coming up, you can easily find on this channel. Click the bell icon for instant notification. This is Vidhika. Thank you so much for watching.